Hey, what's going on, everybody? Nemesis Prime 85 coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the ThreeZero DLX scale Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime. If you've been with the channel for a while, you know that Bayverse has a very special place in my heart because that's how I got introduced to Transformers, and I've always just loved the look of Peterbilt Prime. So, as we always start the videos, here is the box. It is a beefy box. Like, I buy Hot Toys now. Not even Hot Toys boxes are like this chunky. Probably the same height, but they're not. Maybe they are. I don't know. But like, it's a chunky box. But right up front, you have a picture of the actual figure. This is not something from the movie. This is actually the figure, which is kind of insane to me. But there you got Prime. Come down here. You got the very original looking Revenge of the Fallen box art there. Optimus Prime, Revenge of the Fallen. ThreeZero on the side. Got Transformers on this side of the box. You can see up top there, picture of Prime with the flames. Optimus, the hologram sticker. ThreeZero. Top of the box, Optimus Prime. Side of the box, same thing. Back, another picture of the figure with all the legal information. And then come back to the front here, and it does have a cover. You have another picture there of Prime, and then that's where the figure would be sitting if I hadn't already taken him out and thrown him in the display case. But now, let's get the actual figure out here so we can gush over how amazing it looks. And here we have Optimus out of the box, and oh my goodness. This is my first experience with a ThreeZero figure. I've been debating on their Bumblebee movie stuff for a while. I just haven't been sure if I wanted to make the commitment. Now I am definitely all in on this line because this is probably one of the best figures that I have in the collection. Like, it doesn't transform, obviously, but I'm in that minority that really enjoys non-transforming figures because I prefer accuracy over, basically over anything else. But, yep, as you can see, this is very clearly Bayverse Prime. Like, it is... Oh, this is an amazing figure, but we'll get in so you can take a look at the details. Zoom in on that head sculpt there. As you can see, it is clearly Bayverse Prime. My only complaint is the way they did it so you can swap out the eyes is where you like pull the whole head apart. So these side pieces don't really like to stay all the way in, so they kind of chunk his head up a little bit. But other than that, I think he looks really friggin' good, man. Like, oh my goodness. Coming down here, you got everything. His big, chunky Bayverse Prime legs. His massive feet. Just, this is an amazing figure. Like, if you're a Bayverse fan like I am, I would highly recommend getting this figure. But first, before we get into, like, articulation and such, we will take a look at everything he comes with. As you can see, he's got the two guns with the trigger-holding hands. If you come on to this gun, he has this little bit here, which you can remove. So you can either have the gun just on his arm, or you can take this and just plug it on. Kind of make it look like the gun has formed around his arm. I do really like how that looks, so that's how I've had him displayed. Everyone's calling it the Buster arm bit, but I have Buster Prime, and it's not really present on that figure, so I don't know where people are getting the Buster name from, but sure, we can call it the Buster thing. Why not? But I do really like how that looks, because it's... I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Just everything about this figure just, oh, it excites me. This is such an awesome figure. He also comes with two of these hands. I would describe these as like gun holding hands. You have him with one hand, and then you take this, and you can like You have it holding the gun. That's what I would probably use these for, or you can have them as like reaching hands. Move him out of here so he doesn't focus on him. You got those hands. You also have these two relaxed hands. So you have those. Obviously, you have the fists. And then, of course, it's Bayverse Prime, so he has his massive Energon swords, and I will show those off in a bit. The last thing he comes with is the little mouth piece. So you can either have Prime with the faceplate, or you can have him with the mouth. Right now, I will show you how to install the mouth. So what you want to do, you want to decapitate Prime, bring in the head sculpt here, and we can take another look at the head sculpt. It's kind of dark in there. It's a great head sculpt. But, okay, so what you want to do, you want to take this little chin piece here. Take that out. Now, do be careful with this piece. It is very small. There is only one, so you don't want to lose that. Then you take side pieces off entirely. And then you can take this off. The reason this one comes off is because that's where the battery compartment is. Button's right there. I do not have batteries, unfortunately, but just imagine the lights in his eyes being blue. And then you take the entire faceplate, pop it off. You can take mouth and shove that in. Then you can take everything and stick it right back on. Take the little chin in there, sides, put those on. And there you go. You can have the Bayverse unmasked head. Now, personally, I've always just preferred the masked head, but it is nice that they included this, because it's not every Optimus figure that you get the option to choose the mouth orientation. Let me just get the faceplate back on here. Now, these can be a little bit of a pain to get off because there's just two. Well, that wasn't that hard, but they can be a pain to get off sometimes just because there's not really a lot of clearance for your finger to squeeze in. Just putting everything back together here. And again, this is why his head does kind of chunk up a little bit, is because these don't really like to stay on all the way. Yeah. Bring up the head, and we'll bring Optimus back in here. Oh, first, actually, now we'll go into articulation. So, for articulation, you can come up here, and you can see that the neck is a separate piece on a ball joint, so you can move that around. These doors are on ball joints, so you can move those. His abdomen area, this can adjust if you want it. The whole top does swivel. And then you can get an insane amount of ab crunch. If you come to the back here, like, dude, ThreeZero, they're on a whole other level. Like, just, that's amazing. Like, I flipping love this figure. We can pop the head back on. Head's just on a ball joint, so you can get the obvious wiggly. The arms are on butterfly joints. So you can get that. These are on a hinge. This is also on a hinge. The arms can come up with the butterfly joint about that far. They can go, obviously, a full 360. There's a bicep swivel, and then a double jointed arm. Don't know how well you guys saw that, but it's double jointed. And then the hand is just on a ball joint. Moving everything out of the way again. When you are doing the ab crunch, make sure you do move these bits out of the way so you don't break those. They come down here, these bits, for some reason. Well, not for some reason, but these move. They're on a hinge at the front, and then It's just a very concealed ball joint in there. The legs, they can drop down. I don't know how well you can see that in there, but it is kind of a drop down knee. Drop down knee, drop down hip. You get that? And then if you move that out of the way, you can get Prime kicking pretty far up. Just making sure nothing else gets hit. This bit moves for whatever reason. The wheels, they're on a thing right there. These are on ball joints. They don't really move. The knee can move a little bit. There is some thigh swivel up top. And then you'll take this bit, move it here for when you do the knee, and then you got a nice double jointed knee. And then you can bring that back there, and that does move as well. The tire and the wheel well, it's on a ball joint, and then the foot can rock back and forth, can move down, can move up, and then you want to move this piece up, and then that can accommodate the toe movement, and then this bit here on the inside, that is also on a joint. So yeah, this is a very, very posable figure. But that's what you get at the price of not being able to transform. So, like I said, I don't mind non-transforming figures. But yeah, there you go. Now, I can show off the other bits, so we'll just pop his hands with the guns on. I would recommend that when you, cluster piece came off there, when you do put the guns in his hands, I would recommend doing it like this, off the figure, and then sticking it on, because it is a little tricky. Not very, but a little. My only complaint, it's accurate, but I do wish that this gun was a reverse of this one, just so it's not the same gun and it's not symmetrical, but what are you going to do? Now, to show off the swords, as you can see, there's just these little holes in his wrists. And that makes it so that you can put the swords in. And he doesn't have any hands right now, but you can have Prime with his two big old energy swords, his energon swords. So there you go. And the last thing that comes in the box with him is his display stand, or his flight stand. If you've experienced other ThreeZero figures, you know the deal. It's a big, heavy-duty display stand so that he doesn't go toppling. So it can articulate like this, and then if you put this in, it locks it in place so that he doesn't go toppling. Up here, you can take this, and if you push it down, you can extend it. Push it down again, and you can collapse it. And then this doesn't move freely. You want to take this out, you can see there's little teeth, and you have to move it separately, one by one. That's kind of annoying to me, but it makes sense just for stability. And then if you want to have Optimus in this, come around to Prime's rear end. One thing I did also forget to mention, his butt cheeks are actually posable. But what we want to do, we want to take this piece right here, I'm going to pop that out, and then you can just insert that into Prime's behind, and then you can have Optimus. You can have Optimus on his display stand, and as you can see, he's perfectly floating right now, and he's not going anywhere. It is a very heavy-duty display stand, so thank you, ThreeZero, for making sure our figures don't topple. Now for the comparisons, which is always my favorite part of a review. So I have not compared this guy to anybody yet, so we'll see how he looks. To start off, we will do him with MPM Prime. And not even MPM Prime is as tall as him. you have NPM Prime. Here he is with NPM Megatron. That could work. Megatron is still supposed to be significantly taller than Prime, but that could work if you wanted to go in that route. I'm really hoping that ThreeZero gives us a DLX scale first movie Megatron as well, or Revenge of the Fallen to go with him. But here he is with little Studio Series Prime. So there you have that. And because why the heck not? Here he is with TE01 or G1 Optimus Prime. And I think that works perfectly for a comparison between G1 and Bayverse. I think the size is at least somewhat accurate. Probably not, but yeah, I really like how these two look together. But that's really all there is to this figure. I don't think I missed anything. I probably did. Oh, I did. There is one thing that when I first brought him out of the box, I thought, why is this happening? So you can take him, you can take these. You can remove these entirely. You can come to the back, and if you take this guy, you can take this guy off. If you come to the bottom of the arms, you can take these off. And I thought to myself, I wonder why that's happening. And then I remembered that ThreeZero is also doing a DLX scaled Jetfire that will combine with this Prime. So that's just a little nibble to what is going to happen with this figure. I'm still not decided on if I'm going to get Jetfire, because I got this guy just because I've always wanted the most definitive Bayverse Prime. But it's like, that was just such an awesome scene when the two of these guys combined. So really got to figure out if I'm going to get him, because he's probably coming out soon. But yeah, that's all there is to him. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It would really mean a lot. We had that big stretch where I went from like 90 subscribers to 1,000 in like 2 days. So, and then I decided, I'm going to take a 6 months break, and then I'm going to take another 6 month break. I'm trying to get back. My lights are off now, but I got a lot of crap that I should probably review. But yeah. So if you guys really want me to get back in the grind, I will get back in the grind, because I've bought a lot of stuff since I've taken a break. And we got TFCon LA coming up, so might do a video for that too. But again, subscribe. It would mean a lot. Make sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload, just in case, I take another very long break for no reason. Make sure to comment down below if there's anything you would like me to try and get my hands on and review. I'm always down for suggestions on what I should get. But yeah, well, I will try to not go on another break again, but I will see you guys next time.